G'day traders, welcome to this week's weekly outlook. Let's take a look at Dixie. So as of now guys, we do have nice bullish open targets, and let's start off with taking a look at the economic calendar for this week. Alright guys, so first things first, US dollar news on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So this is a week full of US dollar news events. However, some of them are tentative and we just have to wait and see if the numbers are released or not. So on Monday, we have ISM Manufacturing PMI. On Tuesday, dual job opening. Wednesday, we have ISM Services PMI and ADP farm employment change. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims. And on Friday, we have potential NFP numbers. All right. So, guys, in terms of the economic calendar, it's really difficult to pinpoint things when we have these tentative things going on. But at the end of the day, I do lean towards a Tuesday, Wednesday low of the week, right? So if we take a look at the price action in a moment, I am thinking opening range Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday low of the week, potential Thursday consolidation because the day before a NFP or CPI is usually a small range day, really just reaccumulation or small manipulation for the actual distribution to take place on the actual read for the news releases, right? So not expecting too much from Thursday, but Tuesday, Wednesday could really be high probability trading days, and into Friday delivering into the open draws for the weekly profile. So open low, high close is the expected direction for this week, guys. We do have a nice inefficiency in here, and we do have nice 4-hour reaccumulation going on in this week and that week. I'm not talking about the yellow block, but simply looking at a balanced price range on top of a breaker block, right? Or mitigation block in this case, because this essentially is a failure swing. So nonetheless, just looking at that up close week and this week down lower, this is essentially just immediate rebalance, and all of this portion in price is really balanced. And if this market is truly going to trade higher, we don't want to see it go back there because it's not necessary. There's no reason for the market to come back this deep on Dixie if the market is reaching for an all-time high, right? Okay, so really just looking, let me show this to you guys. Let's go to the 4 hours so you guys can have a clear picture of what I'm referring to. Alright, look at this guys, this is that distribution, this is the price rebalancing the inefficiency, but essentially what has happened here, the market has traded bullish, bearish and then bullish, so this entire range is balanced, okay, this is called a balanced price range. Should the market be bullish, it should not come below this, right? However, this looks nice and clean, this is also in line with the daily inefficiency, and this low could very easily be order paired. So what I would essentially look for this week, potentially going into the week, is for this low to be order paired. So these sell stops resting below this low. There's a daily inefficiency in here. And essentially what I would like to see is Monday trading back, Tuesday, well, Monday being the accumulation, Tuesday, Wednesday low of the week SMT, and that should really be the distribution towards the draw, right? So this is my expectation for the week, that the market should really respect this dealing range, and it really has no reason to trade down below these down close candles in here. All right, so that is my expectation for this week, guys. It's really simple and straightforward. All right, now let's take a look at the higher time frame target in here. Let's go to the daily. Or even the weekly. Weekly is perfect. First off, the weekly close was beautiful last week, right? We can really see the market making these lows, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? The market trading and closing through this alt high. This is institutional sponsorship, guys, when the market is clearly closing through alt highs. That's beautiful. So in my opinion, on the low time frames, we've just taken a look at it on the 4-hour daily inefficiencies which were created in here. That is institutional sponsorship. Institutional sponsorship, guys, is not only a fair value gap, it is really how the market behaves at all highs and all lows, right? Just as an example, there would have been daily inefficiencies in this on the sell side of the curve into the low. However, the market rejecting this, that's not institutional sponsorship. We can clearly see the direction is bullish. So the market creating inefficiencies into an array and not breaking, closing through it is not institutional sponsorship, but rather manipulation. That is also, if you guys have followed and watched the quarterly outlook, you guys would have seen how I called the bottom of the market here, essentially. But anyway, not bragging that I call the bottom of a market, but really just understanding through process, logic in delivery, guys. Anyway, so important. But nonetheless, let's move forward. We have this as a potential draw, guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea if the market is going there or not. However, I first have to take a look at how the market is behaving around this objective, right? Because when order pairing takes place on this high, I have to take a look at price action, and that will show me, do we trade higher, accumulating on this previous high? Yes, then that shows more distribution, right? Expansion into consolidation into expansion. Simple market cycles, not market maker models, but market cycles. Expansion, reaccumulation, expansion. If we get an expansion into a reversal, then I know this is not on the menu anymore. Alright, or at least not until early next year potentially, or whatever the case may be. We could potentially come back and revisit the lows early next year. However, this is really important, guys. Knowing, seeing how the market reacts when we order pair this high. This is important to understand if we are going here or not. But this is looking good. It is looking promising. This market is clearly in an uptrend, right? So we would really just continue to believe this market trades higher towards first this high as the Q4 outlook, right? We'll have to see how the market behaves because essentially this is a low hanging fruit for Q4. But we could potentially trade a lot higher into this range, guys. This is a quarterly inefficiency. This is also still resting in discount. And if we take a look at the high of the year and the low of the year, we can see this market is still in deep discount. So this is pretty much just TGIF and a low hanging fruit. We could potentially trade into this high, which is around equilibrium of the range, all right? But we'll have to wait and see how the market reacts here. Okay. Nonetheless, guys, Dixie looks pretty clear. I've given you a whole lot of information here, so let's move quicker through the rest. EUGU just simply looking for lower prices, guys, in symmetry with Dixie. We can clearly see that EU is a little bit lethargic and GU is definitely the weaker pair, right? That is due to EG strength recently, but nonetheless, also, NZD has some really nice opportunities lower. It is also the weak pair versus odd, so definitely focus on NZD USD shorts, GU shorts, NZD USD shorts, USD CHF. This longs are looking good as of now, guys. We've seen a really solid daily and weekly close, and really just looking for the market here to continue to trade bullish into these highs, similar to Dixie. How the market behaves around these highs is extremely important to understand if the market is going there, right? Um, Beautiful, beautiful. All good. Awesome. Let's take a quick look at USD CAD. USD CAD, we have SMT with Dixie. And remember last week, the live stream traders that was in the live stream, how I mentioned this was all a manipulation. However, we can clearly see the market reacting and trading bullish. But in the time when this market was really distributing lower, I wasn't interested in this at all. And I told the members to not take any buy opportunities in this down leg. Even though Dixie is bullish, USD CHF is trading bullish, USD JPY is trading bullish, we saw a clear sell-off and a continued sell-off in CAD. Now this was a perfect manipulation. We can see SMT coming back to our time frame discount array and a key level inefficiency, the market order pairing here, giving us a nice swing point and trading bullish. So I would definitely look to see if USD CAD would continue to trade bullish this week, guys. This is something I'll keep my eyes on into this daily inefficiency. If we measure the range from premium to discount, this is resting just above premium. So it's all good, definitely a potential target or a point of interest for this upcoming week. Really like that on USD CAD. USD JPY, really just want to see the market continue to trade higher. This has been strong recently, and I would like to see the market really continue to trade bullish in here. Alright, potentially into this high and potentially into that high. So let's take a quick look at gold. Really happy with last week that gold actually traded down into these lows. This was really a nice trading opportunity. I know some of the members capitalized on it. And then let's focus on silver, guys. Silver is something that I've picked out for this upcoming week that I will continue to monitor and keep an eye on. I like the fact that this market is now trading bearish. Last phase of accumulation taking place here, smart money reversal. First phase of distribution should really take us right into these order pairing lows, right? Take a look at the daily time frame, guys. We can see the market broke down. We had the market order pair, this minor sell stops trading back above this high would potentially fuel a new move for lower prices. So I am absolutely not looking for longs. Anybody in retail that is buying this leg and will buy the market structure shift here, kind of feel sorry for them because I truly believe this is a fake market structure shift. Me and my community know exactly what I'm talking about, especially the live stream guys, about fake market structure shifts. But nonetheless, this is simply a redistribution, standard redistribution execution model, and this is the redistribution um, entry model. It's as simple as that. Obviously, few other things to go into detail about, but this is not the video for that. Nonetheless, guys, we really expect this inducement to really send us lower towards these lows, and I would kind of expect to do so in a hurry, especially if there's many retail and institutions, some institutions even buying in here, then that really fuels the displacement that is about to occur in the upcoming weeks, if this is the correct bias. We will continue to monitor this, and I will continue to update in the chat for you guys. So that is it pretty much for this week, guys. I do like RB, as discussed previously throughout this week. Really happy to see that this market is respecting structure, and really just want to see gasoline futures trade higher into this low hanging fruit and potentially higher into that. However, as of now, everything structurally looks good for continuation longs. So that is pretty much that, guys. Just looking for higher prices on gasoline this week. So thanks for watching the weekly outlook, guys. It's a bit longer than usual, but at the end of the day, thanks for watching, and I hope that this helped you guys throughout this week. See you in the Discord. Thanks, guys.